Hello, my beautiful soul family.
Hello.
We are back. Oh my goodness. We are back with another short little video for you guys for this week. It is me, your girl, Simone Rosamond, and Mark Muse. As
Hello.
you all already know, I am a trans woman of over 20 years. I'm also a certified authenticity life coach and a Reiki practitioner. So, the world is gonna have to get used to me. And I say that every single time.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Hi. I'm Mark Muse. I'm a licensed therapist and professional coach and creator of Sail Through Chaos support program. So, and openly queer, you know, been in this community for many, many years. I won't say how many.
Mhm. Honey, we're not revealing the ages over here. Okay, honey.
It's okay. Really.
We don't do that.
I've been going great 19, but seriously, I'm getting old.
I I don't know. The whole gray thing, it looks good on any age, regardless. Like, honestly, I see it on some people with like fair skin, and I'm just like, Mama, you are just carrying that eat, honey, just eat. And then you see it on people with like, more of a tan. And I'm just like, baby, if gray was a style, you'd be head on the list. And just like, not. Uh, I just love it when you see people with gray hair and it just looks so good on them. I'm like, oh, when I pull my gray hair off, trust, I'll be looking like that. All right, y'all. Today, our little discussion is going to be Trans Awareness Week and Remembrance. It's crazy. It's that time again. Oh
Yeah,
my gosh.
I know. It flies by.
Yes. I think like last week we were just talking about like how it was this 1 year anniversary for Rainbow Ship, and now it's Trans Week Awareness and
Mhm.
Remembrance as well. It's just, yeah. I don't know, this like week slash like day just kind of hits personally, of course, dull. I don't know. It just reminds me of the path that was paved for me to be
Mhm.
the trans woman I am today. And also just reminds me of like how powerful of a being that I am, or any trans person is. You know what I mean? It just makes you stand tall, even if we don't feel like that every single day. Like this specific week slash day just makes you feel like, wow, I am actually being seen. I can actually live my truth and know that I am a powerful being. Know that I do matter and I exist. I am a human being. I am here on earth, flesh, bone, and blood. Like, I just, yeah, just know that you matter and that you exist for a reason and that you are valid and that you are wanted and that you are needed.
Yeah.
It's just a beautiful week for me. Um, yeah.
Well,
Oh, I don't
curious.
want to take up so much of it.
No, please do. Because I'm really curious. Is there one person that really stood out to you as a guide?
When I was growing up, I'm trying to think back to like if it was like one particular like trans individual or like trans activist that kind of like stood out to me to be like, oh my gosh, like I want to be like them. And I always think back to like Marsha J. Johnson. And I just think about her so much, and I'm just like, yes, she had her flaws as well, but like, what human being doesn't? You know what I mean? And then at that time, going through like a whole bunch of like changes and medication and stuff like that can leave a person, of course, woo, extra. So it's just like, but with the positive message and the positive presence that she brought each and every single day of her life is what I just kind of want to bring out into this world as well. And ever since just learning about her in like high school or like, any little event you would attend when it comes to times like this, or even like, parade wise. And it's just like, wow, it's just a powerful and embodying feeling. It's just like, okay, I can do this. This makes me feel confident. This makes me feel like if she can do it, then by all means, baby, she will not have died in vain. Now, trust. I'm gonna be up in here shaking my hips, twirling my hands, shaking my head like, baby, what? Like, no. So that was the motivation for me when I first started transitioning. That was like at the age of like 18, and now I'm 35. Like, golly. Um, and like, yeah, that was one spark of motivation for me, and that was a person I really looked up to. And then obviously you had other people like in the ballroom scene that you kind of just admire. You're like, oh my gosh, she's so pretty. Look at that fat honey. She's walking with them hips and those shoulders, and she's just serving. She's giving tens across the board. I was just like that. It's like, you would think to yourself that it was just dress up for you at first, and you were just like, yeah, I was just trying to be like one of the girls. And it's just, the girls will always tell you, like, oh my God, you should be one of us. You look so cute. And it's like, you would type of like, yeah, I'm gonna be one too. You start taking the hormones and everything. Oh my gosh, back in the day, when you used to sneak around taking the hormones, you didn't get them prescribed at that time.
Yeah.
Um,
Um,
but yeah,
yeah.
wow, what memories.
But we need to remember those.
Yeah.
This is what Awareness Week is. I'm not convinced that we need more visibility. We need more understanding. We need to put depth behind that visibility
Yep.
and
Yep.
bring real stories about what people actually go through.
Yeah. Agreed. I think to myself nowadays, and this is coming real from the heart, y'all. So, all to all my trans sisters and brothers that are listening, do know I feel your pain. There are some days I think to myself, like, so you think this is just a dress up for me? When people want to be so judgmental or hateful, I just think to myself, like, so you think I'm just sitting here just being cutesy? You think this is all fun and games? You think I can just up and switch back? Baby, I can't. Let's start there. Um, Gender reassignment surgery. So that's not happening. And then it's like, multiple other changes as well. Like, so there's no returning back to the board that your society is trying to push back upon me. Um, and it makes you think sometimes deeply, like, wow, at the age of 18, if I knew what the world would be like now, would I have wanted to basically transition? Would I want to have to step into the light, step into the front row and be this pinnacle of like example for others, the younger generation and more to come after? But I want to basically do that. The deep thought that came to some days was like, probably not. Probably not. Because it really comes with a lot of, in a sense, guarding and a lot of inner fear for like one's life. Not only to be like, oh, it's fear like, just in general, like in daily life. No, this is spiritual. Like, if I walk out my door, am I going to be okay? Because clearly I'm trans and I do not hide it. So yeah, like I think back to myself, like if I was 18, I was go back in time, excuse me, and I was to talk to my 18-year-old self, would I kind of try to talk them out of transitioning into the woman that I am today? And probably I would, probably for their safety, for their peace of mind, because traveling down the road of being a trans individual is not an easy feat. You literally sit here and not only deal with the discrimination, the hatred for just wanting to be yourself. Forget it if you're a person of color. Oh, that's a whole different story. It's like three times worse. Um, and then you have to sit here and remember that you have to also go through a society system that does not see you as an actual like being or like a particular gender. You're just like in a limbo in a sense. Um, so yeah, it kind of makes you question like, do you want to go through all of that and then have to sit here and still go through life trying to be an example for others? Um,
It is
yeah,
a
so
trip.
that
I appreciate you being so willing to share that.
thank you. Yes, it's a vulnerable thing that people have to remember. Like this is something that, we choose to live our lives with pride, and we choose to live our lives with happiness in any way that we can, and authentically be us because it makes us happy. We want a life to live for what our soul wants to project. We don't want to live differently from what our soul wants to be. It just That's like telling a person to, oh yeah, go get a cat, but you want a dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't fit. Speaking about cats, mice is bothering me right now. But yeah, it's mind blowing. It's really mind blowing. Right?
Well, I've worked with, I don't even know how many transgender clients over the years, and a handful have detransitioned. Yeah, that is a thing. And it's usually come down to fear and that they're not going to be passable enough, or they're not going to be safe
Yeah,
who they are. And when I've seen that, it's when I see people shutting down.
yeah,
Like that is probably the biggest level of defeat for some of them that I've seen. And it takes a long time to work through being okay with that decision. And it's a
hmm,
decision for some, but there is no joy that I have seen that is equivalent to watching somebody become who they really are.
yeah,
There is no joy, none, in any of the clients that I've worked with and the people that I've known. And trans people, I've had trans people in my life, my entire adult life, cannot imagine living a life without trans people in it.
yeah,
They're always going to be there. I don't care whether they're transitioning or not, or even ever wanting to transition. Trans people are in my life. They're amazing. They teach me so much every day. But seeing that transition, seeing people accept and grow into who they are, really are,
yeah.
in their soul, in their being,
Hmm.
greater joy than I have ever seen, ever.
Yeah.
Because
It's
it's just, I'm sorry, please go ahead.
no, go ahead, Mark.
No, it's like watching somebody take a breath for the first time,
Yes, yes,
getting oxygen into their body and being comfortable where they are.
yeah,
It doesn't mean that the struggle is over, but from that point, it's about building. It's not about massive change. It's about building on that new sense of self.
yeah. I agree. It's literally opening the door of that box that you were trapped in for so long, that box of depression, that box of lack of self-worth, that box of like self-hate and undesirable living. It's like opening that box and finally just seeing a light. Like I would probably say it would be like seeing a trans angel just come down to you like, baby, if you don't live your life and smack you with her wing. Just like, come on now. Like what? That's just something so like sassy. She was just like, let's go. And just sprinkle you with some dust like a fairy godmother. It's like, come on now. Just step into this role of just living your true identity.
Yeah,
Literally.
yeah.
I
So
don't know, you know. It's words cannot describe um this week and day in general. It brings joy to see that we're at least moving in a positive direction.
we are, even with the struggles that are happening, I still feel like we can't stop
Yeah.
here.
No.
It's not going to stop here. As a matter of fact, the entire country has said we're not going to stop here. We're
Mm.
not going to let this regime take us back decades. They're not going to let it make entire groups of citizens and people in our country illegal just for
Crazy.
existing and being who they are. We're not going to do it. It's not going to happen. Um,
No.
it's interesting though. Every time I post anything trans related on my socials, that boy, nothing gets a, a hater more ramped up. And I'm like, seriously?
Yes, I'm telling you, I don't know what it is. I mean, I pretty much do know what it is as a trans individual and a person that's lived my life like this for over 20 years. I've seen and heard some things. So I do know where this stems from. And we're not going to go into this short video. That's another topic for another podcast, y'all.
Yeah.
Uh, another topic for another podcast. But you know, it really is mind blowing. Out of all things, like it is true what they say. If I trigger you, there is something in you that you're not accepting. There is something in you that you're not willing to sit with because it makes you feel so uncomfortable. That rather than sitting with yourself and dealing with that bull, you're just sitting here just projecting your disgusting
Yeah.
aura and personality onto others because you can't accept something about yourself. So therefore, I see people now that want to sit here and be discriminatory and hateful and, you know, want to probably kill me in that sense. I see them as a person that is just wounded and have issues within and need help. And I'm not going to sit here and waste my time, my breath, and my energy on you because that's too precious, baby.
Yeah.
They pay me the bucks for my energy and my time. So I'm not wasting it on you. I'm just going to look at you like, oh, okay, go deal with yourself. Have a nice day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there's a lot of issues that people don't want to deal with and they're trying to project it out into the world on other people.
Yeah. Yeah. I, ooh, so many thoughts. Um, but those haters
That's
that
what I
want to come up,
said
and I do not like, we delete. Like I won't even engage.
instantly.
There is no reasonable conversation to be had, and
Nope.
there's no argument that's going to change my mind. So there is no earthly reason to
Yeah.
have that conversation with anybody. But
Mm-mm.
but it does bring us to that place of remembrance of those that we have lost.
Yes.
And I was reminded earlier today about how many we've lost this year. And
Mm.
it was over 40 just this year. And what I mean by lost, I mean lost due to anti-trans violence against trans and non-binary people.
Yeah.
And we know that that number is low. We know that it's low because most of these things don't get reported or they don't get reported
Yeah.
too late. So many people are flying under the radar because of
Hmm.
this, and it's being fueled from the White House on down. And
Yep.
ever since the change, the administration changes happened, the rates of violence have been going up. We've already exceeded last year's total number and the previous year. And it's not even the end of the year.
Can you imagine? Like exceeded both years when it came to violence of trans people. That is wild. That
Well,
is,
yeah. Oh, sorry. It just upsets.
yeah, no, it's just breathtaking. It makes you just sit back, and that's why I said what I said earlier about like me going back in time and telling my 18-year self, like, oh, are you sure you want to do this?
Yeah.
And this is why what Mark is mentioning is the reason why I said that.
And how is that right? That we would have to go back
Exactly.
when we've made such strides to develop ways to do this safely where it's not having to get medications off the streets, where it can be done in
Right.
a evidence-based way where we know what's going to happen.
Hmm.
We've lost too many people. The most recent one was a 20-year-old Black trans woman brutally murdered in Broward County, Florida. We shouldn't be talking about that in 2025. That shouldn't be a thing.
Oh, that's horrendous. It makes no logical sense. The buffoonery, the buffoonery. Like, are we kidding? I mean, I see people being so judgmental to people, and this is not even pertaining to just trans people, but like, a person that's gay or lesbian, and they're just sitting there kissing each other in public, and the faces you will see that go on still to this day. Uh,
Yeah.
there's children present. And what? What is it, me kissing my partner going to do to your child?
Yeah, honey, I grew up in the straightest of straight families in the 70s and 80s, and there was not gay programming on TV. There had not been a gay kiss on TV. And honey, I grew up as queer as they come. So none of it,
Okay.
if seeing two men kiss is going to make your son gay or your daughter lesbian, honey, they already were.
Literally, they
It
were
we
just
made
questioning.
better about it.
Oh my gosh. At this point, I don't know. I don't know what else. What else do you have to do for a world to just convince them like we're just as human as you are. We're just actually just stepping into our truth, our authenticity, deciding to live a life that we want to live and not hide. And go behind people's back and do sneaky stuff like some people do when it's called going in a closet and doing stuff. We don't got time for that. We don't
Hmm.
got time for that anymore. You
Yeah.
bullied us probably back in like the 50s, 60s, the 60s, going on to the 70s, 80s. Mm, not anymore, boo boo. Sorry, this is 2025. We now are just gonna be stepping out of the closet like, bam, I'm here. So you might as well just take it as it is. Like,
But all right.
all right, y'all. Just remember that this week is special.
Hmm.
This moment is special. Your life is special. You're a special individual,
Hmm.
and you're here for a reason. You will not have come on this earth, picked a life to be a trans individual, and not be special. Do you know how hard that is? Do you know how difficult that is? For you to choose that life, that means you're strong. That means you are unbelievable
Yeah.
with power. Just oozing out of you.
Hmm.
You got this. And don't let nobody else tell you otherwise.
Yeah.
Fairy godmother Simone says so. Go on, live your best life, baby. I sprinkle it on you.
Oh, now we just get
We love you guys.
sparkles and
Right? We sprinkle it on you guys. Oh my goodness. All right, y'all. As
Christopher, we
always,
celebrate you. We celebrate
yes.
during this time. Well, every day, but a little bit more
Hmm.
at this week. So,
Agree.
all right.
All right, you guys. We love you. And as always, stay safe, stay humble, and be you to the
Ab-
fullest extent.
Absolutely. And if you're looking for support, check us out. We're here, and that's what we're here for, is to support you.
Mhm.
Right. Until next time, Simone.
Until next time, Mark. Bye.